Hello, Pastor John here with today's Faith Over Fear. We're entering an exciting time of the year as we just celebrated. It's hard to imagine Thanksgiving's already over, but it is. And now we're headed towards Christmas, and it seems like the world has been celebrating Christmas since August. But it also is a time of the year when, if we're not careful, we allow ourselves to move the Lord's work in our lives to second place. And by that I mean we get busy shopping, people get busy decorating, visiting, preparing for Christmas Day, that at the end of the day, after all the preparation's done, that we can get in a 24-hour period, we've forgotten to serve the Lord. Paul in Thessalonians tells us, he reminds us, we know it as Christians. He reminds us to not be weary in well-doing. All that we do in preparing for Christmas is good. We're preparing to help families, preparing to be with family, preparing to help church people and different people in need maybe. But if we get busy, if we get too busy even in doing that which is good, and we neglect the things of God, we failed. We, after a long day, say to ourselves, well, I am beat, too tired to pray. Or we don't pray in prime time. Which by that I mean we save all of our prayer time till we go to bed, and what do? We fall asleep while we're praying. Praying is a good sleeping pill, no doubt. But if it's the only time that we pray, when we go to bed and fall asleep, I think it's not a great place to be in our Christian lives. We need to set a time to pray, a time where, you don't set the TV for 3 hours after the football game's over. You set the TV for when the football game begins. So we need to have a time to pray, a place to pray, and it's important that we not skip that time, because we plan that time and we skip a day. Then it's 2 days, then it's 3 days, and on it goes. And before you realize it, you get to the end of the day and you don't really miss serving God. You don't really miss doing the things that you're supposed to do. We've got to constantly, Paul is saying, we've got to constantly remind ourselves that it's God that we need to be serving. It's God that we need to be sharing. It's God that we need to be telling about with everyone. This being weary sort of sneaks up on us. Most of us don't plan on not doing what God wants. It just happens. So we ought to be aware of the busyness of the season and spend some quality time with the Lord and serving Him every day. I guess the question is, and I asked myself the question and I asked you the question at the same time. The question is, what place is Christ in your heart right now? I pray that it's first place and it stays there throughout the whole Christmas season. Now, until we're together again, you make it a great day. May God bless you as you go and serve the Lord today.